Thank you for holding, everybody. We're now joined with Larry Blakeney, the head coach of Troy. If you have a question for Coach Blakeney, please dial *1 on your phone at this time. Coach, while we're waiting for questions to get in the queue, would you mind starting us off with an opening statement?
Sure. We played Louisiana Lafayette on the road Thursday night, and a very good team, and we had our chances and couldn't quite get it done. They certainly executed well, and they got a lot of big plays on us early, and we settled in a little bit and had a chance at the end and couldn't quite get a score. So we wound up losing, I believe it was 41-36, and typical Sun Belt game, hard fought, kids fought hard both sides of the ball. We certainly had our chances, and we couldn't quite. Our kids hung in there good, fought hard, and just couldn't quite get it done late. And so we're I guess 5-5, and we got Ole Miss on the road this week, and then we got Texas State today after Thanksgiving to wind up the season. And so we're working hard trying to start our preparation here on one of the few normal weeks that we've had all season, or at least I can't remember many of them because of TV scheduling and Thursday night games and this, that, and the other. So but we do have a normal week with the exception of Veterans Day today. I'd like to salute all the veterans around the world and thank them for all they've done to keep us free. Questions?
Thank you, Coach. And a reminder to our members of the media, it is *1 to ask questions. Coach, if you could a little bit just talk about what you've seen so far from Ole Miss on tape.
Well, you start with the players, SEC team. You find players, they got a lot of speed, I think, it looks like, offensively. They can make plays, Bo Wallace, and I can't think of the young man's name, Mr. Wildcat guy, but he's really a prolific guy, can run. But Bo Wallace is their man, and he certainly understands all the offense and the throws and the different type throws. And I got a lot of respect for Hugh Freeze and the staff that he has put together at Ole Miss, and they're a very, very solid football team, and they just have to play in the toughest league in America. So but we're gonna try to get us a good plan and go there and fight hard and see what we can do. We need one more win somehow, some way, and to get bowl eligible. So that's what we'll be searching for.
Obviously a high-scoring game on the road when you play the Raging Cajuns. Just talk a little bit about maybe is that what you're seeing again? Is that what you need to do coming up on Saturday?
Well, you never know how a game is going to shape up and pan out in the end. But most college football is a high-scoring affair most of the time now at this age. Very few 2- and 3-score games. It's just the rules have changed, and these defenses are stressed most of the time by the rule changes, and so that keeps the opportunities even greater for offensive football. And there's a lot of passing, a lot of things going on with the modern history of college football. It almost looks like they ought to let the defense play with 12. And but I think for us to win the game, certainly we'll have to be good on offense, and the dealing with all their weapons offensively, starting with Bo Wallace and that big offensive line. That's certainly a challenge for anybody, including us.
Our next questions come from Tyler Mayforth with the San Marcos Daily Record. Please go ahead, Tyler.
Hey, Coach, just a real quick question for you. Is there
is it a little bit different to kind of, try to game plan for a non-conference opponent this late in the season, or do you guys just look at it like another opportunity to get bowl eligible?
Well, we've played, most of the SEC schools have an open date, or they have a date to schedule into this in the late stages of the season, and we have played, a lot of them in November, early November, where, and I know we played LSU a couple of times there, and we played Georgia there, and I can't remember all of them. Certainly, Ole Miss will fill that November date this year. But there's no good time to play an SEC school, especially one that's in the Western Division, and it don't matter which division anymore. They're all good, and so we just making a little payday here, and hopefully we can sneak up on them and find a way to compete. And we're going to try to compete hard and find a way to plan up and win.
Do you guys usually come out pretty healthy from these games? Because it seems like it's awfully late to take I guess people want to call them body bag games just because they're against big name teams, but you want to say that you want to go out there and compete. But still, they're the SEC, they're big bruisers. I mean, this late in the season with the one game left against Texas State, I mean, does that worry you at all, or does that bye week that you have kind of offset it?
Always paramount in our thoughts or the health of our players, the health of our team, no matter where it's early or late. But we're in pretty good shape. We've lost a starting left offensive tackle to surgery, and we've lost our alternating quarterback to ankle surgery. He may get back, but that's two pretty critical guys. Of course, we're bumps and bruises in other areas that might affect us. But I think for the most part, we will be as full strength as we've been. Of course, I don't think we lost anybody from last week that we carried to the game. So, but you're always concerned about losing a guy for the rest of the year or losing a guy that may not get to practice all week. We got 2 or 3 of those now that have to sit out practice and treat all week and get mental reps and learn the plan and then try to execute it without much practice. But most of those times are veteran players that are able to cope with that kind of week's preparation.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Tyler, and thank you, Coach. That's all the questions we have for you. We do appreciate your time.
All right. Thank you.
Remember, we stand by. We'll have Brian Harson of Arkansas State on shortly. Please stand by.